So there's a creepy feeding behavior that caterpillars in Hawaii have been displaying. These small larvae, known as inchworm geometers, are defying norms and skipping the usual leaf-eating routine. Instead, they hang around on leaves and stems, waiting for insects to come close, quickly grabbing them with their spiny legs. Scientists have found a bunch of these little insect hunters in Hawaiian forests and raised them in the lab. They discovered that they belong to a group of caterpillars called Eupithecia, which typically feed on plants like flowers and leaves. But in Hawaii, about 6 of these Eupithecia species have decided to turn carnivorous, opting for a diet of insects. Maybe all the protein-rich flower pollen they've been eating has helped unleash their inner predator. Thanks to the lack of mainland predators, these inchworms have managed to thrive in Hawaii's ecosystem. Unlike other invasive species that cause issues for native plants and animals, these carnivorous caterpillars have evolved to fill an ecological niche that would normally be occupied by insects like praying mantises in other regions. They are known for their quick strikes, taking only about 0.1 seconds to snatch and devour their prey alive. Let's hope they don't grow bigger and hungrier. Rattlesnakes use their iconic rattle to warn predators like coyotes and bison to stay away or risk getting bitten. This rattling behavior evolved from the ancestral tail movement as a form of tactile signaling. Rather than using the rattle to attract mates, the sound serves as a warning of the danger posed by the snake's venomous fangs. Thanks for the heads up. The rattle noise is created by hollow segments of dead skin at the end of the snake's tail that clatter together. Recent research has shown that rattlesnakes adjust the speed of their rattling based on a predator's proximity, creating a clever auditory illusion to ward off potential threats. This sophisticated use of sound helps rattlesnakes defend themselves, despite their own inability to hear the rattle. Now, scallops have a unique appearance, resembling creatures from horror films with tentacles and eyes inside their shells. Despite being delicious, scientists have discovered that these eyes, which look like tiny berries, can be compared to advanced telescopes. They function like layered mirrors, capable of creating complex images similar to those formed by modern telescopes. Interestingly, scallops don't have a brain, but their eyes can form blurry images of objects. Unlike other mollusks like mussels, scallops have a unique eye structure, similar to that of insects. This might explain why scallops are among the few bivalves that can swim. The numerous eyes of a scallop can help create a 3D view of their surroundings, with some eyes having better vision than others. These unique eyes could influence the design of future telescopes, inspiring the creation of compact, wide-field imaging devices. So next time you enjoy a plate of scallops, remember that these creatures have up to 200 little telescopes watching you. What is the purpose of hollow bones in birds? Well, birds have unique skeletal adaptations that are crucial for flight, one of which is their hollow bones, also known as pneumatic bones. These bones contain air spaces that help with oxygen absorption during flight. Air sacs are connected to these hollow areas within the bones, allowing their lungs to extend throughout their skeletal structure. This intricate system helps birds absorb oxygen while they breathe in and out, increasing oxygen levels in their blood and providing the energy they need for flight. So contrary to popular belief, hollow bones don't necessarily make a bird lighter. Studies show that bird bones are actually heavier compared to animals of similar size. In fact, the skeleton of a 56-gram bird is denser and heavier than that of a 56-gram mouse. This increased density results in thin, hollow bones that are stiffer, stronger, and less likely to break. In a recent study, researchers investigated how caterpillars develop their characteristic chubby legs. They serve an important purpose. Caterpillars need to eat a lot to grow quickly, so having chunky legs helps them move efficiently across leaves and stems. Interestingly, those chubby legs aren't really legs. They're called prolegs, small, stumpy extensions that help the caterpillar move. The real legs of a caterpillar, which later transform into the adult moth or butterfly legs, are closer to its head and aren't used for walking. Even if a caterpillar loses its real legs, it can still move using its false legs. This raises an interesting question. What truly makes a leg a leg? Is it its structure or its function? The unique legs of caterpillars are just one example of the fascinating adaptations seen in arthropods. These temporary legs help caterpillars feed and move before they transform into their final form. This glimpse into the life of caterpillars reminds us of the transient nature of life and encourages us to appreciate these special legs while they last. Bearded dragons are cool lizards from Australia that live in deserts, savannas, scrubland, and subtropical forests. They're known for being chill pets thanks to their friendly personality, constant smile, and laid-back attitude. People love having them as pets, calling them beardies because of the spiky beards on their necks. There are 8 types of bearded dragons with many different colors and patterns developed in captivity. While they're doing well in their Australian homes, some of these dragons have ended up in other parts of the world through smuggling. Although they typically stay on the ground in the wild, they can climb trees when they need to show off or escape from something scary. Bearded dragons are now spread across the world, except in Hawaii, where they are not allowed. Fun fact, these dragons can regenerate teeth just like sharks and geckos. Some have been observed licking raindrops when it's very hot and dry. They have quirky sleep habits, often sleeping in odd positions, even when they're in their comfy tanks. They can literally sleep standing up. Additionally, they can run quite fast, about as fast as humans, but most of the time, they prefer to relax. When they need to dash, they can rise up on 2 legs and run like a person. Mother Nature doesn't always follow strict definitions of gender. Some species have the ability to develop and maintain both male and female reproductive organs simultaneously. Others can switch from one gender to another depending on various factors, like environmental conditions. These changes can offer reproductive flexibility or be triggered by external factors, such as rising global temperatures. Clownfish, for example, are sequential hermaphrodites, meaning they are born as one gender but can transform into the opposite gender if necessary. For clownfish, this transformation happens from male to female, a process called protandry. In a group of clownfish, only 2 members are fully mature, one large male and an even larger female. If something happens to the female, the male transforms into a female and selects the next largest male in the group as a new partner. Convenient, right? Parrotfish are another species that can change gender based on specific conditions. They start as females and can transform into males, a process called protogeny. Unlike other sequential hermaphrodites, parrotfish can switch back and forth between male and female, depending on the circumstances within the group. Banana slugs, for instance, are simultaneous hermaphrodites, meaning they can use both male and female reproductive organs at the same time. While they can self-fertilize, most banana slugs prefer to mate with another slug. Research has also shown that some frog species are capable of changing gender, developing fully functional reproductive organs of the opposite sex. This change, observed in both lab studies and wild populations, may be a natural occurrence in frog populations, not just a response to environmental changes.